So this is a mixed number. We have to change it into a what? An improper fraction. So we're going to take 1 times 2, and we get 2. Plus 1, we get 3. So we have 3 quarts over 2, because that's what's on the bottom still. Equal, not equal, times. If this is pint up here, we're going to move him straight down to the top. And since this is quart here, diagonal, we're going to put quart. We're going to go back up to the top, and we're going to look for pints and quarts. And you find those under capacity, right? So I'm looking for pints. I'm looking for quarts. I said 1 quart equals 2 pints. Is that what you see on yours? So 1 needs to go next to quart. And how many pints are in a quart? 2. Can I cancel out my quarts now? So I cross my quarts out. Before we multiply the numerators and denominators, let's check for cross-canceling. Can we cross-cancel? Yes. Our 2's can become 1's, and we get even more excited because they're all 1's except for one number. Who knows what the answer is? Calvin.
3 over 1.
3 over 1, which is just really 3. So 1.5 quarts equals 3 pints. When do you think you might use stuff like this? This particular one. Are she at? Cooking. How many people have baked before and they say something else and you have to make it something else? Has that happened to you before? I have to do that a lot when I'm cooking. Especially if you half or double or quadruple your recipe depending on how many people you have in your family. Or if you want extra. Because sometimes those brothers eat a lot of food and you don't get what you want.
Yeah.
Callie? Uh-huh.
And then they put the steps in, but then they mess up where the steps go.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so, it'll say, you gotta do this first, but you actually need to do something right after it.
Mm-hmm.
But it includes that after the next step.
Okay. Destiny?
So, on the whole number, why can't we just do 36 times 3?
Because I'm showing you how to do it with the fractions, like I said. And if we do it this way here, it's going to be the same exact setup over on this side, so you don't have to worry about any different setup. Because we're in the fraction chapter, so we're going to use fractions. Okay, so this MI right here, that stands for miles. He just got kicked off of this line over here. So if you don't want him there and you'd rather have him up there, put him up there. Okay, big number, right? This is why we do say miles between places and not feet. Right? Because the distance between Rolla and St. James would seem a whole lot bigger if we put it in feet instead of miles. But 2,640 feet goes on top. Since it's a whole number, what goes on bottom? 1. If miles is up here, what's going to go up here? Miles. And we have feet on the bottom. So this time we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. How many people knew that feet were smaller than miles? I hope you do, because you're measured in feet, not a mile. That would be, if you were a mile tall, that would not be feasible. Yes. How many are? Let's look. 5,280 feet. So, I am recording. On top this time, are we going to put 1 or are we going to put 5,280? Why 1, Nevaeh?
Oh, because if you put the larger number on top, it wouldn't be right.
It wouldn't be right because it says how many miles or how many feet are in a mile, right? In 1 mile, there's 5,280. Would it sound right if I said there's 5,208 in 5,280 miles, there's only 1 foot? When I say that out loud, it sounds really silly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But there's 1 mile. Make sure you match up your number with your label. I can cancel my feet. you want me to show you something really cool?
Yeah.
2,640 goes in 2,640 once. How many times do you think it goes into 5,280? 2 times. 2. Did I just make that a lot easier for you?
Yeah.
So, in 2,640 feet, how many miles is that? 1/2. Because 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. That's how I got a half. How many people were looking at that with the big numbers thinking, oh, this is going to be hard? Was it easier when I cross-canceled it?
Yeah.
If you couldn't think of that, I could have always started with 10 because it ended at 0, right?
Yeah.
And it'd make it a little smaller for you. Let's look at the next one. We have 100 ounces. It doesn't say fluid ounce, it just says normal ounce. Over 1 times, what label's going to go on top? LB, because it's right here, so it's going to go right down. So we have ounces down here. How many ounces are in 1 pound, guys? 16. If you look right up here, 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So next to pound, I need to put 1 because I said 1 pound is 16 ounces. I can cross my ounces off. Before I multiply, can I cross cancel? Ethan, what can I do? 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 100 divided by 4 is 25. So let's see what we get here. 25 times 1 is 25, and 1 times 4 is? What type of fraction is that, Arshia? Improper. How many of you can change that to a mixed number in your head? How many of you need me to divide? Guess what I'm going to divide anyway. 25 divided by 4. 4 times 6 is 24. 25 minus 24 is 1. Those of you that did it in your head, did you get 6 and 1/4?
Yeah.
Because remember, this leftover goes on top, and this guy over here goes right here on bottom. So 6 and 1/4. Some of us struggled with that on our worksheet. That was due yesterday. Some of you should have cross-canceled first because you got this big number and you didn't know how to simplify it. If you cross-cancel first, it makes it much easier at the end. Let's look at our 3 cups. What are we changing our cups to on this one? Pints. So, we have 3 cups over what? 1, because it's a whole number. If it's not a whole number, the bottom of your fraction goes down there. We're putting pints on top because it's right here, so it goes on top. And our cups come over here. So if I look up here, looking at pints and cups, what numbers do you guys see here?
2 and 1.
1 pint equals 2 cups. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
1 pint equals 2 cups. Why did I put 2 next to cups? Yes. Why didn't I put it on top?
Because it's improper fraction is what you.
No. Kaden?
Because 2 cups.
Uh-huh. You have to make sure our labels always go first, so that way you can easily match up your numbers. Cross cancel our C's. Can we do any cross canceling with our numbers? No. 3 times 1 is? 3. 1 times 2 is?
2.
How many people can tell me how many times 2 can go to 3? What is that?
1.
How many left over do you have?
1.
1.5. I will show you the division way. I just have to turn it sideways because I write too large. 3 over 2. So we're going to do 3 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 once. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. This is our leftover. It's our numerator and our denominator. 1 and 1/2. 2 more. You guys ready? We're going to change feet into yards. How many people have seen like a big ruler like this big before and heard someone call it a yardstick before?
Yeah.
Do you know why? There's 3 feet on it.
It's a yard long.
Yeah, it's a yard long. Sometimes they call them a meter stick, and that is not the same thing as a yardstick because a meter stick has 100 centimeters on them to make 1 meter. But let's look at this. We have 18 feet over 1 times. On top, we're going to put yards because that's what's up there. And then feet down here. And we just talked about that. How many feet are in a yard? 3. So we're going to put 1 on top and 3 on bottom because there's 3 feet. Match your number to the label. I'm going to cross my feet out, and then I'm going to look at the numbers to see if I can cross cancel. Can I do anything with 18 and 3, Callie?
3 goes into 18 is 6. 3 goes into itself.
Good. So 18 divided by 3 is 6, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. And you're happy because you get a whole number of 6. If you don't cross cancel, then you're going to have to simplify at the end when the numbers don't look as fun. Our last one. We're making pounds go into tons. If you don't like that T there, move them up over here. So I have 5,000 pounds over 1, because it's a whole number. Over here, we are going to have, what are we going to have? Tons on top, pounds on the bottom, and 1 ton. How many pounds are there, Addie? 2,000. Our pounds go away. Can we cross cancel? Yeah. Do you guys see how this guy has 3 zeros and that guy has 3 zeros? They go away when they match. That represents dividing by 1,000. So we're left with a 5 and a 2. Does that look prettier for you?
Yeah.
Much more manageable, isn't it? So 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 goes into 5 twice. And you have 1 left over, right? If you can't do it like that, you're going to do 5 divided by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. So we get 2 and 1/2. But you guys, those of you that actually changed your improper fractions to mixed numbers, you did really good with that. You didn't get your numbers confused, so that's really good. I'm going to set there that for a second because I forgot to record. But what type of questions do you guys have about this? Do you see that's very similar of what we've been doing?
Yeah.
And that's why they want to continue it in this fashion. Because we set them up like this instead of doing what you've learned before with the multiplying and dividing, you don't have to worry about flipping back and forth between the multiplication and division sign, which can sometimes get us into trouble, can't it? How many people have ran into trouble with that before? And you accidentally use the wrong sign. It happens. It's math. We all make mistakes. Like sometimes if it says 2 times 3, sometimes we think in our head, oh, that's 5, because, you think plus, right? How many people have done that before? I've done it before. We all do that. Okay.